I have a friend in particular that did get divorced. At the time, her spouse had already previously been married and had 4 children. So of course he asked for a prenup. In the prenup, she was told it was really about not going after things that were specifically allocated to their children, and that she would respect that. And of course my girlfriend said, of course I'll sign. No issue whatsoever. I would never take away from your children. Fast forward 7 years later, when the divorce took place, it came to her attention that the document she signed was not actually about that. It was basically saying, and of course, stupidly, she didn't go and receive independent legal advice, which was her mistake. But she took a word at face value from somebody she trusted. And she then found out that what she had agreed to was a lump sum amount and no more. Now, she also had a child with this person over the years. I think that's a bit of a game changer as well. So you tell me, how would that work, that now this person is holding her to that agreement?
This agreement was firstly based upon misrepresentation. Secondly, it sounds like there wasn't full and complete financial disclosure. Thirdly, it sounds like she was misled and didn't understand the nature of what she was signing. Fourthly, she didn't have independent legal advice. Fifthly, there is a child, and if this agreement doesn't provide that this child effectively gets table amount child support guidelines, that on its face is a ground for setting aside at least those provisions of the agreement. And this agreement sounds like it's unconscionable, which in English means anybody who knows anything will look at it and say, what the heck is this thing? There's no way in the world that this is a fair agreement.
So what happens when, as you said, this agreement is toilet paper, but they're spending all their money on just living, surviving, keeping their children. They can't afford a big, long legal battle, well, never mind a really good lawyer. So that's what inevitably ends up happening, is that you accept because you can't afford to do better. You don't think you can afford to do better.
Okay, so there are a couple of options. Number one, I give free consultations to anybody, and those aren't limited to 20 minutes or half an hour. This lady can get the advice she needs to understand, firstly, the nature of the problem, how to fix it, how long it's going to take, ballpark roughly what it's going to cost. Secondly, there are a lot of cases where when I am satisfied that my client at the end is going to come out of this with sufficient funds, firstly, not only to pay all her legal fees, but to put her in a financial position that after she's paid her legal fees, that she is well recovered. We're not going to spend $1 to collect 25 cents. That's bad business. But if I look at this and analyze it, and I'm satisfied that she's going to come out of this with a significantly greater settlement or court-ordered result than she's going to spend in legals, then absolutely. A lot of times I'm quite prepared to do it on the basis that I will get paid as she can afford to pay me.
Allora, signore, come ti chiami?
Arturo.
Arturo, Pietro,
Ma infatti
mi piacere, sì?
So it's kind of interesting that you, being a lawyer and everything else, you have a complete other side to you, or I should say a huge other dimension to you.
I think she just called me huge. That's
Huge
because I eat a lot.
dimension that involves cooking, right?
Yeah, well, I like to cook.
Yes. And you're a very talented chef.
I don't know
understand.
about that. Arturo's going to tell me later.
You have studied with some serious chefs in
Well,
Paris.
I didn't study. They were nice enough to let me come work in their kitchen.
Yes. Oh boy. Here come the heat.
And work like a slave. Well, that's not true. It was one of the most wonderful things. But working in the kitchen with Michel and Pierre Poivreau, and that's where I spent most of my time in Rouen in their Michelin 3-star kitchen from 1999 until 2003, when I met and fell in love with my beautiful wife and said, I got better cooking to do at home. And so that's when I stopped. And when the opportunity presents itself, I will cook every night. Weekends, most definitely. And the beauty of cooking in Felice's kitchen is here you have everything you could possibly ask for. You know, we'll just keep that on low for now.
I think a beautiful meal. It is the key to happiness.
Oh no, it's wonderful.
Right?
Ah, it's wonderful. And Felice Vacco, who is the owner and the chef of this restaurant, has been a friend of mine for as long as I can remember. I remember when Felice came to Canada and was first the chef at Soto Soto, which is a restaurant that's owned by his sister Marisa.
Oh, nice.
And he and his sister Marisa and his brother Fabio really worked that restaurant together, and then over the course of the years they branched out and all had their own restaurants, but all fabulous, fabulous people. I've had the good pleasure to know and work for both Felice and Fabio over the years. And
That's some of the
and
best
there you
foods
go.
in Toronto.
No, absolutely. These guys are super talented, you know.